Welcome back, everybody. If it's your first time here, I'm Shade with Shade Reacts Live, and I'm a little bit of a baby metal fan. So I'm obviously very excited to check out the new song, My Queen, featuring Poppy, the two-time Grammy nominated artist. Um, it's going to be a fun time, right? The harsh vocals from Courtney, it's a joke. The harsh vocals from the Spiritbox side, I feel like is going to match really well. We've already seen it with Song 3. We've seen it with Ratatata. We've seen some of these collaborations go harsh. We've even seen a little bit of it in Metali when Momo sings live the Are You Ready? So we're getting this new style of baby metal a little bit harder, a little more collaborative with these other artists, and so far everything I've heard has been super fun. So we're gonna jump into this one. This is my first reaction. Obviously, I've held off from listening. I know it released last night. A lot of you guys have been jumping all over it, and I'm very happy for you. But I wanted to wait until I could watch the video because I wanted both the visual stimuli and the audio to kind of, you know, tussle and see and get the whole experience. I did notice that the thumbnail looked like Wizard's chess, and I thought that was fun. So, yeah, let's get into it.
Welcome to
Ooh. Okay, so before we even get any vocals, the storyline is the two queens, which is super cool, right? Obviously, the song's called "My Queen." We all we all in the fandom reference Suzuka here as Queen. I mean, just freaking look at her, of course. Um, so it is appropriate. I'm curious how much influence Spiritbox and like Courtney LaPlante actually has in the song because it kind of reminds me of the intro to song 3 so far. Not as heavy, obviously, but it kind of feels like a little bit of that. I want to go back and hear because there was some cool stuff in the instruments. Some like kind of like guitar, like yeah. I don't know guitar terms, guys, but you know when they go yeah, that's what it sounds like. Who the fuck is that guy? Uh, uh, did she just do? That's like a whole new style, right? Like, have I heard her sing like this before? Like, kind of like breathy, kind of lower. Obviously, it sounds like they're harmonizing. It sounds like Moa and Momo might be harmonizing with her here. It's kind of hard to tell. Let's see if we can go back. I don't think I've heard her sing like this before. Of course, there's a whole new vocal style. Why not? Come on. I am eternity. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I like that move. I like that move. Hold on. We got the choreography's sick. I don't think they've missed on choreo this whole album so far. I will say this kind of reminds me. I'm a little sad. Con didn't get like a fully produced music video. They just kind of took it from live shows. It kind of makes me sad. I wish Con got got a full video like this, because they've been knocking it out of the park with these videos. Think about Ratatata. Okay, we're not going to talk about the Metalli video was fine, but Ratatata, For Me to You, Song 3, and My Queen all have like super dope conceptual music videos. I want to hear this like chorus again, this whole like breakout chorus. Let's go big screen for the kid. Damn. Like that. I don't like him. I don't like that guy. Not a fan of old boy there. See, now she brought up the volume. It's that same like tone, that breathy tone, but she brought up the volume the second time. That's so cool. You know what? I think Courtney's about to come in, so before she does, you know what? I'm not seeing Momo or Moa sing like lip sync with the video, and usually they do that when they're indicating when they're singing a line. So I think so far they might be doing it in the backtrack, like to harmonize with Suzuka here, but I think this is all Sue, which gets me really excited because I haven't listened to the album yet, but I heard the snippet of Kawaii, right? And I think that it's a black baby metal song, but I won't know until later today when I do the full reaction, like listen through. But if that's the case, if we got the black baby metal, I think this might be a Sue solo with Spiritbox, but I might be speculating only a minute in, but that's what it sounds like. No Courtney spot. I am eternity. Let's go. I don't like that guy. Yeah, they're not singing. Come on, Poppy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, I'm done making the Poppy jokes. Courtney, hell yeah. I want to hear this whole verse again, man. She comes in and she's doing this cool thing. Obviously, this is like layered in, but she's doing this like speaking voice in a very low register, right? Kind of like a lower tone. And then her screams immediately after, sort of like splitting those vocal lines. It's actually really fascinating. I am shocked that I guess this is the difference of a feature versus a collab, right? Because she doesn't come into the song until like 2 minutes. But I'm curious how much of the Spiritbox musically is influencing this song. I don't know. I haven't listened to enough Spiritbox to really like be able to pinpoint their sound, I guess, but I am curious. Come on. This was dope. I want to hear this again. Oh. Come on. It's badass. That was sick. No, the eye contact from Sue during that moment got me a little flustered. I'll be honest. I had to. You guys see what's going on over? Which way is it? Over here? This right here. This is why she's my favorite. Um, Exhibit A. If you look closely, she is perfect. And I do not need to make any comments because it's perfect. Look at. Okay, I'm done. I'm done being an absolute Sue simp. Let's go. Oh, I'm excited to see this live. Dude. Ugh. Ooh. No. You don't get to end the song. I have to hear that again. Hold on here. Okay, it's right here. It's right here. Dude, let's fucking go. Let's go. Oh my god. Guys. Ugh. So what did you think? I thought it was okay. um, Holy cow. So I had a thought and I wanted to wait for the song to conclude before I let it out. So I'm obviously newer to Baby Metal. I just started listening to the band, 6, 7 months ago, right? So, like fully listening to it. I had heard the Kingslayer song, but from listening to some of their older things to the discography and understanding the history about the band a lot better than I did when I started, you could argue that right now, joining with, Capitol Records, expanding their global footprint, you could argue right now, Baby Metal is the most mainstream they've ever been. However, it almost feels like they're also the most baby metal that they've ever been, right? Like these songs, like when I think of baby metal, like because I'm a newer fan and a lot of the songs that have come out recently have been collaborations, I think of literally the show that they're doing, the Metaraji, right? They're trying to make Metatomo, like metal friends, and that's what they're doing, man. They're literally going to a lot of really, I mean, I made the joke about Poppy being a 2-time Grammy nominated artist, but so is Spiritbox. They're also a 2-time Grammy nominated artist, and they've also worked with Slaughter to Prevail. They've worked with Ratatata. They've worked with Electric Callboy. They've worked with Bloodywood, and so many like numerous other groups and single artists that have like elevated their sound. And I feel like every time I listen to a collaboration or a feature, I always feel like the baby metal presence in that song is incredibly obvious and easy to pick up. I don't feel like there's any question that it's a baby metal song, right? This brought some new stuff. We had more extended female vocal screams. Um, all the growls we got from the female vocalist in song 3, Momo, were all growls, very low pitch, very like false chord, like yeah, like stuff like that. But here we're seeing more of that other side of the harsh vocals, which is the scream. There's so many words for it, but like the scream. And Courtney jumping between sort of the spoken clears and the screams was so cool. Mixed in with almost a perfectly polished, clean vocal from Sue, which I think is super interesting because when you think of it in contrast, Sue was almost singing, almost, I mean, like perfectly like clean. I mean, so much so that like I had to go back and rewind a couple times to just be like, that was about as good as you can sing that particular part. Uh, Really fascinating the way that they blended it together. Um, Musically, I'm trying to think of what this reminded me of. I was thinking like Rondo of Nightmare at one point, but I think that's just because it was a Sue song, which is my other point, which now that I've heard the whole thing, I am confident this is a Sue solo. I am confident. I think they could have used some vocal backing for some of the harmonies and melody aspect of it during some of the lines, but I am confident this is a Sue solo with Courtney. Sue solo from the baby metal side. Um, which gets me really excited because I've been saying this. I've been doing this series on my Twitch where we go back and rewatch all the old concerts in order, and we're at 1997, which is a pretty good concert for the baby metal fans. And I, listening back to these now and hearing the Black Baby Metal songs, and then like they bring in Akatsuki, uh, and it's really cool. I really miss the stage presence of pulling away Sue, letting the girls have fun, do like a fun Black Baby Metal song, and then bringing Sue in for more of a serious, like vocal standout performance. And then they bring them all back in and go back into the baby metal stuff. I really like that format, and we've gotten away from that with the newer things. So I kind of hope we get a little bit of this back. Um, Overall, loved it. I really haven't heard anything from this album that I didn't love. I know I'm biased to liking baby metal already, but I still try to have a critical mindset. And I really don't think I have anything about this. I guess the only thing is that the music was really, really loud in the mix during Courtney's part, and you really couldn't understand what she was saying, even in English. So maybe that is one small tweak. I really don't care that much, though. It's just fun. Um, but updates for me today. I'm going to be doing the live stream watch party for the whole album. So I'm going to get to hear, what have I not heard yet? Kawaii, Algorithm, and White Flame. I think that's it. So going to listen to the whole thing in order, get the full scope. Very stoked about that. End of the month though, I'm going to be going to Japan. Hannah and I are going to Japan on the 27th through September 8th. And we're going to be seeing Baby Metal in Japan with Sekimatsu. Uh, I'm very excited. I'm really curious what the heck they're gonna play because this is not one of their. It's not a tour show, right? So I feel like the set list is wide open for this. Um, I feel like the set list is wide open. They could play any songs. So I don't even know if we're gonna get this. I don't know if we're gonna get any of the new stuff. It might be a straight up throwback concert because it's like a battle. I don't know. I'm very excited. The closer I get, the more excited I get, obviously. Um, and then we have November 1st, LA, Intuit Dome. I better see you there. I'm gonna be going crazy. You can expect that out of me. I'm gonna be wearing my bright green neon hat, so you can't miss me. Um, but guys, again, thank you so much for watching. I always say it, but if you've made it this far in the video, you know, subscribe to the kid. We just hit 20,000 subscribers. It's a really cool milestone. Don't really have a goal. I don't really care if I get to 30 or 50 or 100. It's just really cool to know that people support the channel. It makes me feel good. So I really like when people subscribe and tell me how much they enjoy the content because it just drives me to continue to do it, and it's fun. So until next time, if you're coming to the stream later, it's going to be at 3:30 Central. So we will see you there. See you.